Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we kind of have a controversial subject to talk about, and this is all about stealing a tattoo. Now, I know several people have done videos on this, especially YouTubers who have directly been affected by this, of having their tattoos stolen, people taking their pictures off their Instagram accounts, taking them to their tattoo artist and getting them tattooed. Now, I kind of wanted to make my own little video on this, not because anyone has ever stolen a tattoo of mine. Let's be honest, no one would ever steal a tattoo of mine. But I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts and kind of share my opinion on what I personally think stealing a tattoo means and what isn't stealing a tattoo, things like that. Now, you guys have to remember there are like 3 billion, however many people in the world. Over half the population of people in the world do have a tattoo. Celebrities are tattooed, politicians, YouTubers, models, actors, actresses. So many people have tattoos, and there has been quite an issue recently of people stealing tattoos or stealing tattoo ideas. If you guys are noticing, I did put in my very first septum clicker. Let me know what you think of it. I did record myself changing my septum piercing for the first time, so I will have that uploaded either before or after this video. I'm not 100% sure. The two YouTubers that I kind of wanted to mention in this video is Katrin Burnt, I believe that's her name here on YouTube, and Morgan Joyce. Those two people have directly been affected of people stealing their tattoos. So basically, who these people are, they went on Morgan's Instagram or Katrin's Instagram, took a picture of their tattoos and went and got the exact same image tattooed on them. Now, to me, that is a huge problem and something that is absolutely not okay. And the one thing that I do want to put in this video is that if you are going to someone's account who is a YouTuber who has a very specifically designed, drawn up, customized tattoo that they spent time, money, pain getting that on their body, and you take a screenshot of it and take it and get it tattooed on your body, that is not okay, and you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. When you go and get a tattoo, it should be something that is very personal to you and your artist. It should be something that is very custom to you, something that your artist is willing to work to make fit and look good on your body. Tattoos are not something that you can just peel off at the end of the day. They are embedded in your skin, they are tattooed in your skin, they are not going anywhere. Even if they do fade, they are in your skin and on your body forever. So you really have to take that into account. And if you're someone who literally just looks at someone's tattoo and says, I want that exact same thing, are you really getting tattooed for the right reasons? Now, everyone is entitled to get whatever they want tattooed on their body, and no tattoo is copyrighted as far as I'm aware of. But it's just a matter of respect in the tattoo industry, and this also kind of goes with artists as well. If you see someone who has a tattoo that you really like, compliment them, tell them how much you love their tattoo, and if you're someone who wants something very similar, I feel like the best thing to do would be to directly contact that person and be like, hey, I really like your tattoo, I want something similar. Is it okay if I take your picture as a reference and bring it to my artist and customize it for me? But I want to have the general same idea, if you know what I mean. So I feel like that's a little bit different than going on, taking a screenshot and taking it to your artist. And that's another thing too, is if a tattoo artist gets a picture of someone's tattoo and has no issue whatsoever tattooing that exact same thing on someone else, shame on you. Like, you should not be a tattoo artist. You need to quit and find a different career path, because that's not okay. You are not only disrespecting that person, you're disrespecting that artist that took their time, their tools, all their money, everything, and spent their time coloring, drawing, getting the supplies for the tattoo. It's just very disrespectful. Now, I feel like there are different ways to go about designing your own tattoo, and I personally have done this, and that is Google Images. Do I think it's okay to go on Google, find an image, print it out, and get that exact same image tattooed on you? No, because that image is somebody's work, that image is somebody's drawing or picture they took or something of that sort. But what I used to do, especially for my rib piece, if you guys remember, I have skulls and roses up and down my rib area. I did find an image very similar to that on Google, and I believe it had, I think, like 5 roses and 4 skulls. Well, I wanted blue and it was in black and gray. And I remember I wanted color in it. I wanted blue roses to signify hope, and I only got 3 skulls tattooed on me. So when I printed out that drawing and I did take it to my artist and I say, hey, this is something that I kind of want to do on my ribs. I really want to add color. I want blue roses and I want them to be like a different gradient of blue, some light blue, some dark blue, and I only want 3 skulls, but I want you to put your own personal twist on the skulls, which is what he did. The image itself, like the shape of it, is very similar, but the overall design of it was tweaked and turned a little bit to customize it to what I like. I feel like that also doesn't count as stealing, whereas if you're printing off an image and taking it in and getting the exact same line for line tattooed on you, I feel like that in a way is stealing, just like you would taking a person's tattoo and getting the same thing on you. You know what I mean? Now, I'm sure people all over the world, I'm sure many people have very similar tattoos. Like people, like Katrin's chest piece, for instance, I'm sure people have something similar to that on them, whether it be a man's face or butterfly wings instead of a beetle on top or something like that. But if you're someone who wants to design your own tattoo, feel free to take references off the internet. Feel free to draw something up yourself. Have your artist draw something up. After all, it is their job as a tattoo artist to draw something and customize something. I feel like that's where the tattoo industry kind of gets a little bit touchy at times, because people work so hard and spend so much time and go through so much to get these beautiful pieces on them. And they want to share them with the world, but it's also kind of scary because at the same time when you are sharing your tattoos with the world, you do run the risk of those slimy ass people literally copying your tattoos, and it's absolutely disgusting. Whereas some people, when you upload a picture of your tattoo and people find inspiration from it, for instance, when Morgan uploaded her chest piece tattoo, I felt very inspired to start thinking of a chest piece because I think chest pieces are beautiful when they're done right, and I thought hers was absolutely gorgeous. So I found inspiration and motivation to kind of start looking into my own chest piece rather than looking at hers and being like, yep, I want that, and get the exact same thing. You know what I mean? And if you're a tattoo artist out there watching and someone brings in an image of a tattoo that they want, please do research of your own. Don't fully depend on your client. Kind of look around, make sure that no other artist has put their stamp on that work. Make sure that if you are going to be doing something like that, that you do customize it and you do make it a little bit more personal to your client. Now, basically what I just talked about is I talked about more personal, like very specifically designed tattoos that people came up with on their own. I'm not talking about like if I have a rose tattoo on my forearm and the person down the street gets a rose on their forearm, that does not mean they copied me. That does not mean they stole my tattoo. That literally just means that they wanted a rose on their forearm, so that's what they got. That is not stealing to me. To me, that is just them getting their own tattoo on their body wherever they want. So and you also kind of have to take into account too, just kind of very common tattoos, like people who have like flowers on them. That does not mean they stole your idea. That does not mean they stole your flower idea. That just means you happen to like flowers and that person happened to like flowers, so therefore they got flowers tattooed on them. So don't just jump on people for saying that they copied you or stole your tattoo. But I mean, if you have a star on your foot and so your neighbor has a star on her foot, that doesn't mean she copied you. That doesn't mean she stole your tattoo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just many different factors that kind of play into stealing a tattoo. I don't consider stealing colors as stealing a tattoo. Like if I got a red and black chest piece, that does not mean I copied or stole Morgan's tattoo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope all of this is making sense and I hope everything is kind of flowing well together. I kind of want to just really be specific with what's considered stealing and what's considered not. Do you know what I mean? And it's very, very okay in my personal opinion to take, you know, motivation and inspiration from people's tattoos. Like if you see someone who has a full sleeve done and you're like, wow, I really want to have a full sleeve someday, that's awesome. That's great. Make your full sleeve something that you really like. For instance, my half sleeve is all tigers, because I love tigers. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have an opinion on this subject on yourself, keep it nice, keep it calm, cool, and collected down in the comments. I would love to read your guys' views on this subject because as of lately it has been sort of a big thing going around where people just do not respect the tattoo industry whatsoever, and they obviously do not respect themselves to have copied work on them forever. So I just really want to know your views. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to go down and subscribe, but as always, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!